Hello, I'm back for even more Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. This will be my last ever video of this particular game for the simple reason that on Friday 24th of February they're bringing out a whole new version, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion HD Renovation I believe it's called. The reason they're basically remaking the game is because this current version uses what's called Game Maker. Various other popular games such as Undertale, for example, were made with Game Maker. Oh, bloody hell. And the problem with that is the program is mainly for 2D games or those RPG Maker style of games. And its support when it comes to making 3D stuff is very limited. Day 1. I have entered a spooky ghost mansion. I do not know how long I will be here, but I hope not too long. Today I saw quite a spook, but I'll admit it was scary, but not as scary as I've seen in some horror games. What the dev team will do is they will move away from Game Maker and instead create a whole new version of Spooky's Mansion in what's called Unity, which is sort of like the go-to choice for indie devs in order to create horror games and various other games in particular. But horror is super common on Unity. If you're a fan of Jim Sterling, for example, or people like Mr. Craven, they do a lot of videos on various asset flipped horror games that use the exact same models. Probably the most obvious example is that it's like someone's head and it's got spider legs and it's got like another creepy head on behind it. By moving over to Unity, it will enable them to create the game a lot more easily. They'll be able to support it better because Game Maker is far more suited for 2D games rather than your 3D adventures. They will also be able to add controller support for the Steam controller, which I believe is also now compatible with the PlayStation 4 controller as well, which is very good. Of course, going over to Unity, which is better for 3D, they'll be able to have HD graphics. Also, what will be really good, Vive and Oculus Rift support for those lucky among you that do have it. I myself do not, and oh my god. Oh god, the door's open. As much as I would love to have something like a Vive, oh, fucking hell. They're very expensive and I have nowhere near enough room in the place where I currently record. Oh, fuck off. There will be brand new specimens as well as whole new 3D and HD models for the old specimens as well. If you go on the Steam store page, there's some excellent trailers and screenshots of the game. You just type in Spooky's house renovations and you'll see it, and fucking hell. It will also have all the DLC included, which is Karamari Hospital, as well as the Endless mode, which is this one that I'm playing right now, where you basically just run through the game until it's over. I've noticed while I'm playing this, I am losing health every so often. Oh god, I'm getting chased by a big worm. Fuck me, I've not played this game in ages. Indeed, I've not been in YouTube for ages and I'm gonna die already. And I'm dead. 3 minutes in and I already experienced my first death. Sadly, the game actually crashed as well when it killed me. My biggest complaint of Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion is the resolution. It's utterly terrible because, well, I say terrible, it's bad when I'm recording. When you're playing, it's perfectly fine, but when you record by normal, what happens is your video software, or at least mine, which is DxTory, and it also happened with Bandicam, it will record a different video every single time you enter a room, because what happens is the game will change its resolution to your monitor and then change back to the game's default resolution. And so because of this, it means that it refreshes and causes your video software to start all over again. So once when I recorded Karamari Hospital, I had about 80 different videos of around 15 seconds long, because every time I entered a new room that was a whole new video. It's Akuma Kira, one of the developers. What you can do is you go to the options in Spooky's Mansion and you just select fixed resolution, which changes your PC's resolution while it's playing the game to Spooky's default, which is 1280 by 720. The problem with this is, as what happened to me a moment ago, if the game crashes, you alt tab and your PC is now running at the 1280 resolution and not what yours normally is. I'm very much looking forward to the new Spooky's Mansion game, and I really hope to get a video out on the day it comes out. Fortunately, I am off work, so that'll be really cool having the whole day to try the game out and just to tell you what I think and show you the whole new footage and hopefully new monsters as well. The music in this is fantastic. So my favourite part of all of Spooky is just the soundtrack, which you can buy on Steam for about £7. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as well. HD renovations isn't free, it's about $10, but it'll be about $7 if you buy it on launch, which is this Friday, 24th February. For those of you in England, that will probably be the exact same price, especially with the current climate. Other things that are going to be added in Spooky's renovation are just Steam cards and backgrounds, and other than what's already been mentioned, I believe that's it. But one big thing is that they'll be able to fix some of the glaring issues, like it's possible to get stuck in the corners or in the walls so that you can't move at all, and so it'll be really helpful for the team, which is Albino Moose Games is what they're called, so that they'll properly be able to maintain this at a much more easier way than how they currently deal with it. Broccoli, eat. Aha! Yet again I have cheated the grave and shall proceed to escape these confines. While the thought of my death being romantic crossed my mind, I believe my escape shall be profusely more so. Oh, I just heard like a foghorn noise then. That's not good. Oh, I wonder if it's a precursor for a monster to come by. A lot of the creatures in the game are hinted at before you see them via the music. Such as Whiteface, for example. I think you hear very strange music and noises before he decides to make an appearance and do you in. Oh! Or alternatively, it could be a spooky cupcake just trying to scare me. Oh! Cupcake and now bread. Bloody hell, it's just trying to feed me or something. I mean, I'm a fat fucker as it is, but I don't need to be scared with food. I have enough nightmares as it is without dreaming about haunted bread. Says the eyeball. I hope it's not that monster that killed me last time that throws the bugs at you. Hello. I remember this woman, she's from the DLC Karamari Hospital. In Karamari, she's very, very different. You just walk down a very long hallway and then she has you. She is meant to be a reference to Rebecca Black. She's very basic in what she does in endless mode. She just chases you, so nothing real special. The new music that comes with her though is fantastic as always. This monster is super easy. I like what they're doing with adding new models, but with monsters like that woman, it's no challenge whatsoever. And I would like it if it was fewer monsters, but they all had something very weird with them. Like Whiteface, for example, he's got very weird mechanics. Or the Puppet Man, who gets you whenever you don't look at him. Oh, there's bones here. It's 2D bones, so no matter what perspective you look at them, you're always seeing them at the exact same angle. It's like if you've ever seen the games Wolfenstein and Doom, the very, very original ones back in like the early 90s, as well as things like Alien Trilogy on the PlayStation 1. I'm not sure how popular that game is to people that were around in the PS1 days, but that was a very good game that also did the exact same thing. So no matter how you killed an enemy, their corpse is always looking at you at the exact same angle. Go team, kill the other team, get the sphere, beat the game, checkmate? Wait, what's it saying checkmate? I didn't know chess was so violent other than in Harry Potter. I am filled with vigour after my experience the other day. Hunger and thirst have left me, leaving me with nothing but distilled romanticism. Oh, I was getting a bit scared then when I saw that very long hallway was just never ending. Always worries me because in about 2 or 3 monsters that Spooky's house do that trick where you go down an incredibly long hallway before a monster gets you. There is something here, I know there is. This is chase music. What's this, a Silent Hill monster? Yes, it is a Silent Hill monster. Oh, I fucking hate this guy, alright. I'm very sorry, by the way, I am going to die from this guy. Ah! One thing I'm not too keen of is, so you see this fog effect that covers my vision? It goes away and replenishes after like a second of entering a room. If you've got epilepsy, I apologise, you may not survive this. Oh my god. Ooh, this is new, I don't remember seeing all these faces. Oh, that was horrible. Awful noise. I couldn't actually see a door then, that was just a blind guess. I really dislike this monster because I just hate being blind in games. I don't mind if it's a bit dark, but when it's... Oh look, he's trying to chase me but he can't get to me. So he's moonwalking like Michael Jackson. Yeah, this is really bad, just blindly walking around, pressing E on the keyboard hoping to find a door so you don't die. Oh, this is bad. If this changes my vision, I cannot survive because going through a labyrinth while also having the walls giving you a psychedelic acid trip is not a good combination. This guy is totally a one-trick pony. As soon as you can get past the blindness, you're fine. Oh my god, this is awful. This is so bad. Not even scary anymore now that I can see the rooms are just repeating themselves, so I know where the exits are. There we are, done. Easy mode. So at first I get killed immediately by the worm monsters there, and now against the 2 ghosts I have no problems whatsoever. What the? Oh, you have to go the long way around. That's interesting, I don't remember ever seeing that room before. Which is quite a surprise because I've played this game for quite a long time throughout its life. I first got it on, I believe it was called the Sura, which is, well, imagine Steam but purely for indie games. And that was many years ago. Various other big games also started on the Sura. Five Nights at Freddy's being the most famous example. But other cool games like Running with Rifles, Damned, The Cat Lady, they all started life there. As of right now, I wouldn't recommend going on to Sura because the company themselves, I think they're called Bad Mojo Games or Bad Juju Games, they went bankrupt a while back and now another company owned them, and from what I've read of them, they're a bit like G2A, where Valve themselves don't recognise them as an authorised reseller, so if they catch you buying games from there, Valve may indeed ban you. G2A themselves recently did an AMA and someone asked that exact question. How are you allowed to sell these games if Valve will ban you? And their response was, well, it's not illegal, smiley face. And, well, yeah, it's not against the law, but it's against terms of service. I myself own a lot of Steam games, so I avoid such places. Humble Bundle is the best place. It's a fantastic website. Home burn home. Now even the monsters and other incorporeal beings seem to be deterred from attacking me. They do notice me, it seems, but they don't act as imposing as they once were. Clearly due to my renewed romantic determination. Romantic determination, it's like a really shitty Undertale. A strange ghost girl appeared before me today in a rather upset and unromantic manner. She claims I am not doing my job and that I should report to my commanding officer immediately. I boldly stated that I have no commander as I drift wherever the wind takes me, as I follow my own romantic journey. To this she acted confused and slowly sunk into the floor. This place looks nice with the metal floors. So anyway, about Humble Bundle. I am a big supporter of them, and I've been with them for about 4 or 5 years now, and in fact I own a physical copy of their mascot, Hamble the Pig. They're a wonderful site if you want a load of games or even films and books at times. Right now at this very moment they're doing the Freedom Bundle, and this Freedom Bundle is basically $600 worth of games and various books, all digital, for about $30. I'm curious about one thing. All these environments, I wonder if they always match with the monster that's going to appear in endless mode, or if they're completely unrelated to each other. This is unusual. All this advanced floors and ceiling like some sort of research centre, and they're still using torches from 1,000 years ago. Who the hell setting all these torches on fire anyway and keeping them lit? Oh, there's the same spooky baby eating someone again. It's always been a weird thing for me when I see in games you enter these old ancient tombs that are thousands of years old and they've still got lit torches. I remember Skyrim does this a lot, but they themselves try to explain it by the undead that live there are the ones that are constantly relighting them and keeping them going. How they get the supplies to maintain all these torches for thousands of years, I don't think that is explained though. Unless they're just super energy efficient. Oh, there we are, I can hear someone. I can only hear him, so when I enter this room he should be appearing. Hey, there you are, he's the original specimen. When I first played this game, indeed when I first recorded for this game, that video is no longer available by the way, I came up against this guy straight away. It was great fun. I ended up getting killed by the puppet man. Ugh, slime. So this slime slows you down. The reason why that original video is no longer on YouTube is because I basically had no microphone. I was just using a gaming headset, which are notoriously bad for audio quality. Instead I use Audio Technica microphone. It's a 2020 USB one, which isn't great for Windows 10 USB microphones. At least not this one anyway, because it doesn't come with any drivers of its own, and Windows 10 are refusing to support such things. If you have a headset microphone combo, then you're fine because they come with their own drivers. It's just people like me that bought really awesome microphones that are now out of date basically. So this is a discontinued mic. I'm just going to stand here while I wait for my health to come up. Okay, he did me in. I didn't expect that at all, so my soul's wriggling in agony. Yeah, it's wriggling in confusion as well. What did he do? Go through the wall or something? Oh well, that was Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. If everything goes well, I'll see you when the new game comes out, Renovations. So do check that out, and I hope you support the dev team. They're a fantastic bunch of people, and I'm always looking forward to what else they've got in store. Take care.